Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel DestinyMoonTarot, and welcome to today's reading, which is inspired by this book that I recently finished reading. It's called Closer to Love by Vex King. It took me a month to finish reading it. I'm normally quite a quick reader, but with this book I felt like I had to sit down and really journal my thoughts while I was reading this book, and there are a lot of activities in there, lots of questions. It's just a book that definitely makes you very self-aware and ask yourself a lot of questions, and I really enjoyed this book. So yeah, I just finished reading it. Would highly recommend it to you if you are single, or even if you're not single, even if you just want to improve the quality of your relationships, if you want to attract healthy love, if you want to be someone who is a magnet for healthy love, then I would highly recommend getting your hands on this book. But basically today's reading is inspired from this book. Okay, so I have actually written down all of the points that I have broken down this reading into. So in today's reading we're going to be finding out what you are doing right, which is getting you closer to love. Okay, so we're gonna basically see what you're doing right and basically give you encouragement to be able to continue doing that. Then we're going to see what you can either change, improve upon, or add on this journey in order to get closer to love. We're gonna be getting messages of encouragement from the universe. We're gonna be getting a message of advice from your higher self, and we're also gonna be getting messages from your lover's higher self, okay, in today's reading. It's going to be quite a juicy reading today. I didn't want this to be a time specific reading. I didn't want to make predictions on when you're going to meet your future lover or your next lover. So yeah, I just wanted to give you information that can actually help you or give you encouragement, or basically just hype you up, basically just help you align with your higher self and align to an energy and to a frequency that is going to bring you closer to love. Okay, so that's my aim with today's reading. I have never done a reading like this before, so definitely let me know what you thought about this reading and how I did as a tarot reader with your readings. I just thought that now would be a good time to take a risk and just try something new, especially considering that I'm filming this video during Aries season. But the contents of this video is timeless. That is also one of the reasons why I didn't want to include time frames in your readings, because I just wanted this reading to be a timeless reading. So irrespective of when you've come across this reading, just know that it's meant to be, and this reading has found you in the right time and in divine timing. And with that being said, let me introduce you to today's groups. I have 3 groups prepared for you guys to choose from. We have group number 1 with the amethyst heart crystal, group number 2 with the green aventurine heart crystal, and group number 3 with the lapis lazuli heart crystal. You can pause this video if you'd like to and take as much time as you need to pick either one or multiple of these groups intuitively. And once you have done that, you will find the timestamps that correlate to your group's reading in the description box below, as well as in the pinned comments. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the amethyst heart crystal, so let's begin. I have your oracle cards pre-shuffle right here, which I will get into in a while. I want to start off with tarot first for you guys today. I'm going to be live shuffling the tarot, and I'm going to be finding out what you are already doing that's right, and what you're doing that is already getting you closer to love. Okay, what are you doing right basically in order to get closer to love? So what is group number 1 doing right in order to get closer to love, please? Okay, so first up we have temperance. Okay, so something that I can see in temperance is that something that you're definitely trying to do, which is the right thing to do, which is definitely aligning you with love, and it's bringing you closer to love, is that you are definitely aiming towards living a more balanced life, whether that's work-life balance, whether that's a balance between knowing when to rest and when to give up, whether that's a balance between how much you give and how much you receive. You're aiming, okay, you're trying, at least you are working towards. I mean, I don't know if you've already reached this level of temperance or not. I mean, this is a general reading, this is a reading for many people, so take it how it resonates, take it based on where you are on your journey. And I definitely feel like irrespective of where you are on that journey, at least you have started and you are making conscious effort and you're putting in energy into making sure that your life is more balanced. Yes, so that is something that I can definitely see. If some of you have been struggling with or battling some kind of addictions, I feel like you're also working towards that, whether that's a addiction towards substances, whether that's an alcohol addiction, whether that's addiction towards social media, whatever it is, it's definitely something that you are working on, and you are on the right path. As long as you continue working on this, as long as you continue fighting your inner demons and just trying to live a more tempered, a more balanced life, that definitely is going to be putting you closer to love. Okay, that's definitely going to be bringing you closer to love. With all of these butterflies, what I can also see is that you are divinely protected and you are being divinely guided. So there is a higher power, okay, whether you believe in it or not, and irrespective of what form of it or what what you think it is, whether you think it is God or the universe or your higher self or your spiritual team, your spirit guides, whatever it is that you believe in, they're definitely with you at this moment. This could be also like a passed on grandparent, parent, ancestor. I am picking up on like grandmother vibes. I always get like a passed on grandmother or like a maternal figure from the temperance card. So there is someone who's definitely helping you on this journey of healing and on this journey of you maybe working on your addictions, having them under control basically. So you are being guided and you are being helped and protected by a higher power, and this is just encouragement basically for you to keep going forward and to keep continuing on this path, because that is definitely bringing you closer to love. So as if you need encouragement, if you're just like, oh, I'm working on myself, but is this work even working? This is just confirmation that yes, that work is definitely working. The inner work that you're doing is definitely helping you, and this is just a message to not give up and continue trying and keep up with the effort. Okay, group number 1, let's see what else you're doing right that is bringing you closer to love. So we have the 8 of Cups here. I'm just gonna wait for this very loud aircraft to pass. And your bottom deck energy is the Devil. So yes, you definitely are very consciously trying to hold on, just waiting for this aircraft to pass. Okay. But maybe that's a message and that fits in with your reading quite well. You are really working towards healing something within yourself and walking away from something that no longer serves you, that is not for your best. It's something that's not helping you in any way. It's only hindering you, it's only stopping you from growing and actually experiencing the life that you want to experience. And you are very consciously trying to cut ties from this thing that's holding you back, and you're walking away from it. And sometimes it's not easy, trust me, I get it. When we letting go of something that doesn't serve us is such an underrated practice. Group number 1 is something that I definitely feel, because like it takes an enormous amount of strength, of faith, okay, and of resilience to be able to let go of something that we have been so attached to, especially for beings that are so deeply dependent on attachments, and like we get attached so easily, and like we get attached to so many things, and like it's ingrained within us to be attached to something, to like depend on something, and like for us to be able to like walk away from that and just have the faith that it is going to be replaced with something good, even though we don't see what that good is. It just takes so much strength, it takes so much resilience and persistence and perseverance, and it's not an easy thing to do by any means. And anybody who is on a journey of letting anything go that's not serving them, I have major and mad respect for them, because yeah, it's a very difficult thing to do, and we don't give ourselves enough credit for being able to walk away from things that no longer serve us. Like even though we don't know what really is in store for us, without even knowing what good is going to come into our life, we still let go of it. And yeah, that's a huge achievement in itself, just attempting and just trying to be better and to do better and to walk away from things that we are so used to. It requires a lot of strength, and yeah, that's an achievement in itself. So just in case no one has told you this today, group number one, I feel like your higher self, the universe, a higher power, and me, okay, me as your tarot reader for the day, like let me just be the first one to tell you that I am extremely proud of you. And yeah, you are amazing, you're doing amazing, and just keep up the good work, because I see you and I recognize you, and I recognize your strength for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like definitely something that you're doing that's bringing you closer to love, bringing us back to this reading, is that you are trying to walk away from something, okay? This could also just be you walking away from maybe still having feelings for an ex, or still having feelings of like not feeling worthy of love or something of that sort, okay? Whether this is a negative self-belief, whether this is like negative self-talk, whether this is an actual person that you're walking away from, whether it's the idea of a person that you're walking away from. So you know, walking away from the potential of what could have been, okay? So walking away from a situationship, walking away from an ex, walking away from stalking your ex and their current partner, okay? Whatever this is, this could be even the smallest of thing that you're working on, but continue working on it, because it's definitely bringing you closer to love, group number one, okay? So that is what I can see here. Let's find out what you can change or what you can improve upon or add upon in this journey in order to bring you closer to love, okay? So let's see what can help you maybe walk away when you're feeling low, when you're feeling like it's getting difficult for you to battle your demons, okay? Yeah, so let's see. We have first up here self-acceptance. So yes, when you feel like what you're doing is not enough, that your work that you're putting in is not enough, when you feel like, you know, it's that negative self-talk, it's this niggling voice in the back of your mind that's like being extra critical towards yourself, just remember in those moments to accept yourself for who you are. Accept that these are your demons, accept that these demons, you know, lie within yourself, okay? Like accept this accept the skeletons that you have in your own closet, group number one, okay? And like once you do accept them, you can work on, you know, getting rid of them. You can work on letting them go. You can work on disposing them, okay? And what will help you in that journey is definitely self-acceptance, okay? Accepting yourself for who you are, accepting your strengths as well as your weaknesses, accepting that you are a human and you're capable of giving unconditional love, but you're also capable of, you know, recognizing where you're going wrong and correcting yourself, okay? Accepting that you can make mistakes because you are a human, and that you will be able to, you know, apologize, and you will be able to correct that. You will be able to make amends. You will be able to forgive yourself, and then, you know, move on a path of doing the right thing. Yeah, so that's something that is definitely going to help on this journey. Just accepting the situation for what it is, okay? Just accepting that someone else not being able to love you is not a reflection of yourself. It's a reflection of them not being able to love you for who you are, okay? So yeah, that. And something else for you to remember is that maybe working on an abundance mindset is something that will really help, okay? Whether that's you know, saying that I have an abundance of love within me, I have an abundance of resources that can help me move over something or get over something if I need to. I have an abundance of a support system. I have an abundance of people in my life who love me and care for me and support me. There is an abundance in my life of health, of wealth, of good luck, okay? So yeah, just working on abundance mindset is also definitely something that can help you come closer to love, okay? Feeling not just that you are enough, but you are more than enough, okay, is something that's definitely going to help you, group number one. Now let's get in your pre-shuffled oracle cards. This card right here is going to give me a message of encouragement from the universe, okay? So like, this is going to tell me how the universe is encouraging you on this path to getting closer to love. So we have Mother Nature, okay? So a message of encouragement from the universe for you is to spend time in nature, okay? And this really doesn't have to mean that you need to move in the middle of nowhere, or, you know, live in a very quiet, secluded place where you're surrounded by nature. No, I mean, if that is an option for you, that's great. And if you find that you are in a situation where this is possible for you to live in a place that is surrounded by nature, then that's great. But it honestly doesn't even have to be that deep. You could live in a very busy, very crowded city, but still find moments in nature, okay? You can go for a walk in the park. You can just go for a walk, even if you can see like trees around you, even if you can like breathe fresh air, if you can see the sky, that's more than enough, group number one, okay? So like, an encouragement for you is to spend as much time as you possibly can out in nature, out in like natural environments, okay? And a natural environment could also be one that makes you feel very much at peace, okay? So even if you're at home and, you know, there's a corner in your house that makes you feel very grounded and very connected to yourself and connected to nature, go there, okay? Whether this is like a balcony, whether this is a terrace, whether this is just a corner of your house that has like some plants or even one plant in it, doesn't matter. If there's a part of your house that reminds you of the ocean, or it reminds you of a place that just really puts you at peace and helps ground you, that is also more than enough. Honestly, a place that you can hang out in is the kitchen, okay? Making sure that you make a good home cooked meal using natural ingredients, or just a home cooked meal, to be very honest, okay? With like basic fruits, vegetables, locally found, you know, food items is also going to help you connect to nature. Okay, so yeah, encouragement for you right now is to just feel connected to nature, feel connected to yourself, in a sense that you feel at peace and you feel grounded with where you are. Okay, group number 1. Yeah, so that's the message that's coming through for you from the universe. Next up, let's find out what the advice is coming for you from your higher self. Okay, so here we have surrender. I surrender to the flow of the universe. Okay, so what I can see in surrender is that, well, you are being asked to just surrender. Okay, maybe you're holding on too tight, maybe you're being a little bit too stubborn about exactly what kind of partner you want and exactly how you want to meet them and where you want to meet them, and there's like, you're micromanaging even the smallest of details, and like the universe is saying, hey, listen, you know, if you could do everything by yourself, then like, you do it. Okay, why do you even need my help? Okay, so like, yeah, just let there be an element of surprise. Let the universe surprise you with exactly what you want when it's the right time. Okay, when it is the good time for you. Okay, let there be an element of surprise. Maybe what you are manifesting is going to be even better than what you have always thought you would end up with. Okay, so just surrender. Okay, let go, release with the 8 of Cups. Yes, set your intentions and let it go. Don't hold on to it. Don't be like, oh, but like, I've been, you know, manifesting this for the past 1 month and where is it? No, just like manifest it. Be like, hey, listen, universe, this is what I want. I know you're gonna get me this, so thank you for, you know, working in my favor, and I trust you and I love you, and that's it. And then just wait for this thing to come to you. Okay, especially if, specifically when it comes to love, it is something that we don't have a lot of control over. We don't have a lot of control over who we fall in love with, when we fall in love with them. Like, these are things that are out of our control. Okay, what we can control is making sure that the person that's in front of us is who we, you know, have been manifesting. You know, this is someone who makes us feel good, makes us feel safe, respects our boundary, you know, is good at communication, is honest, is open, is vulnerable. You know, that's the only thing that we can focus on, just making sure that we're the right person for them and they're the right person for us, in the sense that we're both working on ourselves. That's all that we have in our control, right? So yeah, just other than that, everything else is just in the hands of a higher power, and it'll happen when it is meant to happen. So like, surrender to the universe, let the universe give. Okay, so maybe up until now you have been in this very heavy masculine energy where you have been, you know, organizing, analyzing, you know, thinking, putting in the effort and the energy. But now, like, the universe is saying, okay, but like, now step into the feminine as well, and like, be open to receiving. Okay, with that temperance, again, maybe this is a balance between your masculine and your feminine, right? So yeah, let the universe surprise you. Okay, your last card here is a message from your lover's higher self, and this here is wisdom. Okay, so in wisdom, what I can see is that your lover's higher self is coming through, group number 1, in this reading for you, to let you know that you are very wise. Okay, nothing that I have told you in today's reading is stuff that you don't already know. Okay, but it is maybe something that you needed to hear. Maybe this was something that you needed a reminder of. Okay, but like, maybe sometimes it becomes difficult for you to put into practice what you are preaching or what you already know, and your future lover's higher self is basically just coming through in this video and letting you know that you are wise, you know what to do, so just do it. Okay, instead of being too in your mind, instead of like super intellectualizing things that should be felt in the heart, you know, like, yeah, just stop and super intellectualizing things, okay? Stop trying to make sense of everything, stop trying to micromanage, okay? Let the matters of the heart be recognized by the heart, okay? And for that you need to step into your heart energy, okay? So yeah, maybe like working on your heart chakra is something that could really help right now for you. If you have an amethyst, maybe like holding on to it while you're meditating or manifesting, or just like wearing amethyst is something that could help. I feel like rose quartz, of course, is the universal gem or crystal of love. So yeah, of course, rose quartz could also help right now, group number 1. But yeah, amethyst specifically is coming through. So like, yes, just, you know, allowing yourself to feel and not just constantly be thinking of love, okay? Just being open to now experiencing that love that you have been thinking in your mind. Yeah, it's time for you to do that. And my phone just went off, so yeah, that is confirmation that this message is definitely for you. And on that note, I think I'm gonna end this reading right here, group number 1. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Claim this reading if you'd like to. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this green aventurine heart crystal, so let's begin with your reading. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here, which I will be getting into in a while. I want to start off with tarot first, so I'm going to be live shuffling the Pulp Girls tarot deck for you guys right now to find out what you are doing right in order to get closer to love, okay? So what are you working on and what should you continue doing? Basically, what are you doing right which is bringing you closer to love, group number 2. So first up we have the Lovers. Okay. Okay, so with the Lovers, something that I can see is that maybe some of you have already met this person and you are just wanting to like maybe get confirmation whether this person is the right person for you or not. Or maybe you are in the process already, in the sense that maybe you are going on dates, or maybe you are meeting people, or you are putting yourself out there right now in order to meet like-minded people or in order to meet a lover. So that is also something that I'm seeing with the Lovers here, and that is something that you are definitely being asked to continue doing, okay? Continue putting yourself out there, continue trying to meet like-minded people, continue also making the decisions that you're making, because I feel like at the moment you are making good decisions and you're making right decisions based on what you're feeling, okay? You're not thinking too much about these decisions, you're making decisions from the heart, okay? You're making decisions of the matter of the heart from the heart, and that is something that the universe is definitely saying that, you know, you're on the right path. As long as you're taking decisions from the heart, you're on the right path, group number 2. That is something that I'm definitely seeing here, okay? With the Lovers, what I can see that you're doing right is also that this could also just mean you loving yourself, okay? So like you are in a place where you're very healthily loving yourself. You're like big on self-love, you're big on self-acceptance, you're big on loving yourself the way that you would like other people to love you. You are giving yourself the love that you're seeking from other people. You are also respecting your own boundaries, like how you would want others to respect your boundaries, okay? So I definitely feel like, yeah, there is this level of like self-love and self-care. You're doing things that feel right to you, that make you feel loved, and that is encouragement from the universe that what you are doing is the right thing to do. You're on the right path as long as you are loving yourself and really making good decisions because those decisions are stemming from a place of clear conscience, and it's stemming from a place of you wanting to do what you feel is right for you. Okay, you're not really people pleasing, you're not really thinking too much about how it's making you look like in other people's eyes. Like, you're not really focusing too much on what you seem like to others. You are focusing more on how other people are treating you, or you are, you're more focused on, like, when you go on dates, you're not wondering whether this person likes you. You are asking yourself, do I like this person? So yeah, because you're doing that, because you are putting yourself first when it needs to be, when you need to put yourself first, you are just getting closer to love, because you are doing these things, because you're showing yourself love, you're showing yourself respect. Yeah, you're accepting yourself. You're looking out for yourself. Next up, we have the Six of Cups. Okay, so with the Six of Cups, what I can see is that you definitely have done a lot of healing. You have done a lot of inner work. You have maybe healed your mother wounds, your inner child wounds. You have reparented yourself maybe, or maybe you're in the process of doing that. And if you are, then this is just confirmation from the universe that you are on the right path. Continue doing this. Continue working on your inner self. Continue working on healing your inner child. If you're working with children, then yes, continue doing that, because maybe that's one way in which you could meet your future lover. If you're doing something that basically helps others, okay, whether you know them or not, whether this is like conscious volunteer work that you're doing, or whether this is just you helping someone, if you're out and about and you see someone needs help, and you're just because of the sake of humanity, you are helping this other person, then continue doing that. Continue being your compassionate, kind, gentle, loving self, group number 2. Okay, because I feel like your kindness and your compassion is something that is attracting the right kind of people towards you, and that's definitely attracting your future lover to you. So yeah, irrespective of whether you have already been doing this or you have been thinking about doing it, this is the right path for you in order to get closer to love, in order to get closer to finding love. Okay, group number 2, sorry, I don't know why I called you group number 1 just then. Okay, let's get some more of your cards and let's find out what you can change or improve upon or add upon this journey in order to get closer to love. So first up, we have contentment. Okay, so maybe you are like serial dating, maybe like you are dating too many people at the same time, or maybe you are going on too many dates. Maybe you're not, maybe there's like a level of like desperation, or like a level of I want this to happen quickly, or like this is the basket that I'm putting all of my eggs in. I feel like instead of doing that, maybe like pace yourself out. Okay, so like go on maybe one date in 1 week, see how that works out, and if it doesn't, only then go on a date with another person. Okay, and also like just begin to feel content with what you already are, where you already are, and what you have already done in life. Okay, instead of like thinking of finding a lover as like another thing that you have to do in your checklist, in your to-do list, instead of like looking at finding love in that approach, that maybe you're 30, maybe you're approaching 30, and before that, like there's a timeline that you're on. Instead of like focusing too much on the timeline, focus on where you are right now, who you are right now. Okay, it's basically like just being content with being single, because I feel like when you are in a relationship, there might be some things about you being single that you are going to miss, and you're going to look back at this period and say, oh, I should have appreciated my singlehood a little bit more, I should have enjoyed my singlehood a little bit more, or I should have been happy in my singlehood a little bit more instead of just constantly focusing on the future. I should have been more present in the present moment. Okay, so yeah, there is a message here of being present in the present moment and just being content and happy with where you are right now. Okay, because everything happens in divine timing. Group number 2, like honestly, like you could try and like desperately try for months and nothing could happen, and the minute you feel like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna give it a break, is probably when you can, you know, when things will start moving forward for you, right? Like you never really know when the right time is. So yeah, just trust that it'll happen when it happens, because I can see that you're already putting in the effort. So continue putting in the effort, but at the same time be present in the present moment. And I know you're working towards a future, but also enjoy the work that you're doing in the present moment. Enjoy how far you have come already, group number 2. Okay, next up we have courage. Okay, so yeah, you're being asked to have a little bit more courage, to keep going, don't give up, don't worry. Okay, there's this message here that like anytime you feel like it's getting too much for you, and that like you are putting in all of this work and like doubting whether this is actually even working, or you know, what if you resort to your old ways, just like have courage and like know that you are on the right path. Just have courage and know that all is going to be well, and all is well already in the present moment. Okay, all you can do is just keep working on yourself and moving forward, and that's about it. So like just have courage to face what life throws at you. Okay, just like have courage to keep going, have courage to face things with strength and resilience, and just like peace in knowing that you are where you are meant to be right now. Okay, you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. So just have courage and have like patience. Oh, I'm picking up on that message from like the live action Cinderella movie, where her mother says have courage and be kind, and I was saying, you know, continue being kind and compassionate. So yeah, considering that that's right next to the courage card, maybe watching the live action Cinderella movie is going to help. Maybe that movie has hidden messages for you at the moment. So yeah, maybe watch that movie for more messages. That's like a message that's coming through for you guys. But yeah, just have courage and be kind, group number 2. You know, step into your inner Cinderella, I guess. and wait for your Prince Charming, if that is something that you are manifesting. You know, whatever your Prince Charming looks like and seems like. Yeah, now let's get into your pre-shuffled oracle cards, starting with this one right here, which is a message of encouragement from the universe. Okay, so like let's see how the universe is encouraging you. And here we have dreams. Okay, so first of all, they're saying continue dreaming, dream big, don't settle, don't lower your standards. Okay, so especially again, like I was saying with dreams, isn't there a song in Cinderella called A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes? Yes, the Cinderella movie is really standing out to me. So yes, watch Cinderella, but like even just in general, maybe like your expectations of love and your expectations of a future partner might seem quite unrealistic to other people, but this is just encouragement from the universe for you to continue dreaming big, continue to have these expectations out of love, no matter how unrealistic they may seem to other people. Okay, because like the thing is, group number 2, movies, stories, books are inspired somewhere from real life, okay? So if you see something in a movie, it is possible for that to happen in real life. It's not just something that happens in books or movies, okay? So you absolutely can have your fairy tale if that is what you desire, if that's the wish that your heart makes. So keep dreaming, dream big. Don't settle, don't lower your expectations, don't lower your standards just because other people are telling you that it's too unrealistic. With dreams, I'm also picking up on that maybe your dreams could be giving you an important message right now. So like maybe if you already have a dream journal, then continue doing that. But like if you don't have a dream journal, then this is just encouragement for you to, like, when you wake up, just write down whatever you can remember in as much detail as you can about the dreams that you've had, okay? Because our dreams communicate with us, and sometimes like people we haven't met meet us in our dreams, okay? So yeah, there is a possibility that you might see clues of who your lover is or when they're gonna be coming into your life, or like a message from them might be coming to you through your dreams. So yeah, maybe like noting down as much information as you can about your dreams is something that can definitely help, and that's a message that's coming through from the universe. That's a message of encouragement that's coming through from the universe for you, group number 2. Now let's see what advice is coming to you from your higher self. So here we have self-compassion. Today I treat myself with loving kindness. There's so much kindness that's coming through. Like this whole side of your reading is just about like loving kindness and courage and compassion. So yeah, I feel like yes, be as kind to yourself as you are to others, okay? If you would never leave a mean comment under someone else's picture about their appearance, then don't do those things to yourself. Don't say those things to yourself, okay? Be kind to yourself like how you are kind to other people, group number 2, okay? Show yourself love, show yourself compassion, which I feel like you are doing a pretty good job at already, considering we have the Lovers card here. But yeah, this is just a message. Do not give up, do not stop. Anytime you feel like, okay, I feel like I am showing myself enough love and enough care and enough respect, show yourself more love, more care and more respect, okay? That is a message that's coming through from your higher self. Do not let the unkindness or cruelty of others affect how kind you are, okay, group number 2? That's a message that's coming through for you. Next up, let's see what message is coming through from your lover's higher self, okay? So here we have sincerity, okay? How beautiful, okay? So I feel like what your future lover is saying, did I say future spouse for you? So maybe this is someone who you are going to end up marrying. Your next lover could be someone you end up getting married to, also considering we have the Lovers and this is the representation of Adam and Eve, and you know, Adam and Eve were married. So yeah, it is very much possible that you could get married to this person. But whoever this next lover of yours is basically saying that because your conscience is so clear, and because you have such a kind and loving heart, and because you love unconditionally and you love with sincerity, this is what is reciprocating in your life as well, okay? Your future lover is coming through, yes, and my phone just went off. So yes, this is confirmation that they definitely are coming through and saying that, you know, they will sincerely love you like how you love them, okay? You do not have to worry about protecting your heart too much from them, because they will love you sincerely and wholeheartedly, okay? Better than you have ever thought you could experience, better than you have ever experienced before. And they are going to love you very sincerely. They'll be very honest, they'll be very respectful, they'll be very kind, they'll be very truthful with you, and that is because that's how you are with yourself, and that's also because of what you bring to the table. You bring so much loving kindness, so much unconditional love, so much strength and courage on the table, that like the least that your lover's higher self can give you is sincerity. And they're like, you know, nothing that you give me is ever going to go unappreciated or unloved or unacknowledged. Yeah, they will love you fully, sincerely, wholeheartedly, for sure. So that is what's coming through. I feel like you are very pure-hearted, and your future lover is also going to be super pure-hearted, and I think this is like a union of two people who are really meant for each other, because you would love each other, you will treat each other as equals, you will treat each other with love and respect, and you're going to have a very healthy, a very functional relationship, a very happy relationship, because you guys have a very happy relationship with yourselves as individuals. That is going to like filter into your relationship as well. And yes, my phone went off again. This is just confirmation that this is going to happen. Yes, you are in for a very blissful, happy, safe, comfortable, loving relationship, group number 2. So I think I'm gonna end your reading on that note. Let me know what you thought about this reading in the comments. Claim this reading in the comments if you'd like to. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this lapis lazuli heart crystal, so let's begin with your reading. As always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here, which I will be getting into in a while. I want to first begin with live shuffling the Pulp Girls tarot deck for you guys to find out what you are already doing right that is bringing you closer to love. Okay, so what are you already doing right? What is it that you're working on? What are you basically like, how are you already on the right path to being closer to love, to getting closer to love? So first up we have the 5 of Wands followed by the King of Cups. Okay, so I feel like, oh my god, at the bottom deck energy is the Queen of Cups. Okay, so counterpart energy is what I'm picking up on. You definitely are calling in your counterpart. You're definitely calling in your soulmate, your twin flame, your someone who's like the yin to the yang, someone who is a counterpart basically, for sure. I think that's what you're manifesting, that's what you're working on, and that is what your expectation is out of your next lover, for them to be a counterpart. And what I'm seeing that considering that these are cards that are showing me what you're doing right, is basically just giving me confirmation that what you are doing, what you are expecting, what you're working towards is definitely going to work out for you, because you will be able to call in your counterpart and your soulmate, or even your twin flame for that matter. With the 5 of Wands and the King of Cups, what I can see is that you definitely might be trying to, or maybe you already are in the process of doing this, maybe you have successfully already done this. Take it how it resonates. This is a reading for a large collective, but I definitely feel like there has been some sort of either outer conflict or inner conflict that you have resolved. You have sat in your emotions, you have felt all of your emotions, you have dealt with all of your emotions, or are dealing with them in order to basically be more self-aware, in order to be able to handle your emotions in a much better manner than you ever have before, in order to basically make sure that you control your emotions instead of your emotions controlling you. You know what I mean? Instead of your emotions having power over you, you have power over your emotions. You know, why you get triggered, you know what to do when you do get triggered, you know how to like make sure that you don't get triggered over these things anymore. There are ways for you to deal with your triggers, basically your emotional triggers is what I'm picking up on. Now again, like I said, you might already be in the process of healing this or working on this, you might have already done this, or you might be contemplating working on this, okay? But that is something that definitely is going to put you on the right path to being closer to love, to getting closer to the kind of love that you're wanting to experience, especially romantic love. Okay, group number 3. So I definitely feel like for majority of you, I am picking up on the fact that you are somehow able to like deal with conflicts a lot better than you ever have before, whether they're internal conflicts or external conflicts. I feel like there is this like royal, regal, very dignified way in which you're able to deal with conflict now, is what I'm picking up on, especially considering you are showing up as the King of Cups. You have like good control over your emotions is what I'm picking up on for you guys, group number 3. And I definitely feel like just working on having a better grip of your emotions, better being able to understand your emotions and where they stem from and what triggers you, is something that definitely is bringing you closer to love for sure. Let's get some more cards for you. Let's see what you can change, improve upon, or add on this journey, and what you can continue doing or what you should be doing or changing basically in order to get closer to love. Okay, so first up we have hardship, and the fact that this has shown up right next to the 5 of Wands, yes, it's definitely showing me that maybe there are better ways in which you can deal with hardships. Maybe up until now you've either been avoiding hardships, or when hardships show up you have a tendency of blaming the circumstances on something else, or not being able to deal with it in a very healthy manner, in the sense not being able to accept that this is what the situation is. Or maybe you run away from hardships, or maybe you just like, you know, stonewall basically. Maybe like at the sign of the slightest possibility of a hardship, maybe you just like run away, maybe you regress to self-soothing ways that are maybe not really helpful in the long run. They might help initially, they might help in the moment, but they don't help in the long run, in the sense that maybe when things get tough, instead of like facing them, you quit, or you run away, or you blame someone else for why things have gone wrong, or you indulge in, you know, habits like drinking or going out, basically numbing yourself so you don't have to face this hardship, or that this hardship doesn't hit you that much, basically, like very impactfully basically. So yeah, there are better ways for you to cope with hardships, and that is something that you can improve upon. I feel like most of you are already working on it, but if you haven't even started, I feel like that is something that is really going to help, in the sense that, let's just take an example of a romantic relationship itself. Like I feel like when a conflict arises, you might be someone who needs to have the last word. You need to get this other person to admit that you are right and they are wrong, and that, you know, they should apologize first and they should forgive first. Or, you know, if there's like a difficult conversation, you just avoid conflict, or you avoid having these conversations, and instead you run away from them. Okay, like you would rather ghost someone, or you would rather, like, you know, walk away and give someone the silent treatment, to be passive aggressive, if you feel like you're being attacked, or if you feel like your ego is being hurt, or if you feel like somebody is disagreeing with you, especially in a relationship. Maybe that has been your reaction up until now, and maybe that is something that you're already working on, like I said, or maybe this is something that you do need to work on in order to attract a healthy kind of love, to move closer to a healthy kind of love, because till you don't work on this, on conflict management, you might be attracting either the wrong kind of people, or you might be attracting the wrong kind of like relationships, or just attracting relationships that don't grow, that don't feel safe, that don't feel healthy, because you are resorting to unhealthy ways of dealing with the issues and the conflicts that arise in that situation. Okay, so that is maybe something that you can improve upon or change on. Maybe there's like a better way for you to ask for help, or you know, like get professional help, or you know, there's something of that sort that you need to do, like whether that's asking help from your spirit guides, whether that's asking help from professionals, whether that's asking help from your higher self, or whether that's asking help from, you know, your partner even, like, hey, help me understand why you are feeling attacked so that I don't feel attacked. Yeah, so like just having a healthier conversation basically might help. So yeah, there is some work that is required in that aspect of your life. But what I can see in spaciousness is that you need to let go of something, and that's something that honestly is like coming through in your reading, specifically group number 3, is letting go of your ego, letting go of being too attached to your ego, being too attached to your feelings, internalizing your feelings to a point where instead of you saying I am feeling upset, you say I am upset. Okay, I am upset, and then someone else is expected to bring you out of that space, that mind space, or that mood, okay, which is not fair for you or for the person that you're giving this responsibility to, right? So yeah, I feel like something that's required here is for you to definitely make space for another person, for another person's ideas, opinions, perspective, okay, knowing that in a relationship, no matter how alike you are, no matter how similar you are, you can't be the same person, right? So you will not always be on the same page with this person all the time, especially if this is a long-lasting relationship. So what happens when there is a difference of opinion, right? You need to be able to accommodate both of your decisions and both of your opinions and respect them equally, right? And then come to a conclusion, and basically just step into this mindset where it's not you against the person you're in a relationship with, it's both of you against the problem, right? So yeah, making space for that kind of a mindset, making space for that kind of a healthy relationship in your life, a healthy love in your life, can only come if you let go of something. And the thing that you need to let go of is your ego, okay? Holding on to your ego, being stubborn, being too you know, like just set in your ways, just too immovable, too unflexible, too intolerant, is only going to do you more harm than good, group number 3, right? And I feel like you know this, you already know this. I know it may seem like I'm calling you guys out, but honestly I feel like you already know this. Like I think you guys are smiling and like just nodding and saying, yeah, I know that is a problem, like I know that is something that I need to work on. And I feel like some of you already are working on it, because like the King of Cups to me is like the ultimate like person who is able to like master their emotions and master how they react to their emotions. So yeah, so I feel like if you like if the fact that this card is even here just shows me that if you find yourself at this spectrum right now where it's very difficult for you to let go of your ego, you can also, like, it's extremely possible for you to also go to the extreme end where you are able to completely let go of your ego. And the thing is that there is a difference between your ego and self-respect, okay? Nobody is asking you to let go of self-respect. If something doesn't feel good to you, if you feel like somebody is violating your boundaries, then of course you have all the right to stand up and say, hey, you know what, you're making me uncomfortable, you're stepping over my boundaries, you're not respecting my boundaries, I don't feel safe, I don't feel comfortable. And you are allowed to say that, right? You are allowed to have self-respect. But ego is saying like, oh my god, you're doing this in order to provoke me or hurt me, and I'm not going to see how my actions are affecting you. I'm only going to see how your actions are affecting me. Okay, so like that is something that you need to let go of. That is something that you need to work towards. And once you find that you make space in your life, like once you let go of that ego, it's gonna make space in your life for that healthy connection, for that love, for that functional love, okay, that you can have not only for your own self but also one that you can share with other people. Yeah, it's gonna help you have those healthy, long-lasting relationships that you are maybe craving and manifesting even. Okay, so that's something that I'm picking up for you guys. Let's get your pre-shuffled oracle cards in now. This card right here is what I'm going to be beginning with, and this is just an encouragement from the universe. Okay, so let's see what message of encouragement the universe has for you. So we have justification. Okay, so I'm picking up on like this feeling that maybe you over explain yourself to people, okay, and this might stem from a place of people pleasing. Okay, maybe that's where you're having a bit of a struggle letting go your ego, because you know you feel like you constantly have to explain yourself so that other people can understand you and accept you and validate you. But I think the message that's coming here from the universe for you is to just not really give people justifications, to stop over explaining your every thought and action to people who have no business needing to know why you are the way that you are or why you're thinking the way that you're thinking. Okay, so instead of making it look like you need to explain to yourself, like you need to explain to other people why you do the things you do, you just have to know in your own self that you are doing what you are doing because it seems right to you in the moment, or because you know there are things within you that trigger you. Basically being self-aware enough to know where you need to be held accountable and where you are just being expected to over explain yourself, okay, where people just don't understand you and get you and they're just like, oh, but I feel like you're wrong just because you don't think the same way that I do. Does that make sense, group number 3? I feel like there is this sense here where when you go out on a date, when you meet people, instead of over explaining yourself and like where you're coming from, and like instead of constantly wondering whether this person likes me, ask whether I like this person, okay? And you don't have to justify everything, okay? You don't have to justify everything. If there are triggers that you have, you don't have to explain those triggers to people who will not really help you overcome those triggers, or will not really understand why you're being triggered. Encouragement from the universe right now is just for you to work on recognizing what is something that's against your self-respect, like what is something that hurts your self-respect and what is something that hurts your ego. Okay, so like trying to find out whether these triggers are hurting your ego or whether they are a threat to your self-respect. Okay, so that is like a message of encouragement that's coming through from the universe for you guys, group number 3. Now let's see what the advice from your higher self is. Okay, like let's see what advice from your higher self is. We have Aurora. I am renewed with the dawn of each new day. Okay, not being so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Yes, maybe in the past you have been egoistic. Maybe in the past you didn't really know how to stand up for yourself. Yes, maybe in the past you've had your ego hurt. Maybe in the past you've put yourself unknowingly or knowingly in situations where you felt like you were not respected, but forgive yourself. Okay, every day is a new opportunity for you to work on yourself, to have a new start, a fresh new slate to begin on, okay? And at any time you can definitely change and grow and be better, okay? How you were 6 years ago is not necessarily how you have to continue being for the rest of your life, no matter how old you are, okay? Group number 3, so like, yeah, there is this message from your higher self that you need to forgive yourself. You need to give yourself permission to change the things in you that no longer serve you. And it doesn't matter if everybody else around you is going to say, oh my god, she's like changing herself because she's trying to fit into a mold. Like, it doesn't matter what someone else thinks this change is stemming from. It doesn't matter if, you know, people still have that old image of you in their mind, and it'll be very difficult for them to really see how you could change yourself or understand why you changed yourself, okay? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if people are saying, oh my god, you're only changing yourself because you're wanting to find love, and you're only changing yourself because you want attention. It doesn't matter if that's what they're saying. As long as you know why you are working on yourself, as long as you know what your goal is, as long as the justification is good enough for you, for your soul, it's enough for you to sleep at night peacefully. It's enough for you to be able to look at yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in the eyes. That's more than enough. It doesn't matter what anybody else is saying. It doesn't matter what anybody else is thinking, okay? So that's a message that's coming through. Let's also get a message from your lover's higher self. And here we have dreams. Ooh, okay, so another group also got this dreams card. So maybe you were drawn towards another group. I am now forgetting whether it was group 1 or group 2, but yeah, maybe you were feeling drawn to watching a ooh, and I just got cut off. Sorry about that, group number 3. My camera just cut me off. I have been talking for a while now. This reading is a lot longer than the other 2 groups readings because I feel like, yeah, I think you guys needed to hear this message a lot more than the other 2 groups needed it. I feel like they just needed like a pat on their back. You kind of need a pat on your back and encouragement and just like a pep talk together, like all in one, okay? Like, you guys needed a motivational speech, I feel. But yeah, your last card being dreams, and this message coming through from your lover's higher self is showing me that your future lover definitely feels like you are a dream. You are their dream come true, okay? So if right now you feel like people have made it hard for you to believe that you're lovable, or maybe you feel like it's hard to believe that you are lovable, maybe people have pointed out your ego and told you that you're too arrogant and that you'll never be with someone and that you'll always be alone, I feel like somebody else's you are too much is somebody else's you are the one that I have been waiting for. You are everything and more that I have wanted, okay? So yeah, I feel like if in the past someone has made you feel like you are too much, or if you have felt like you have made so many mistakes from which you can't really find redemption or you can't really be forgiven, I feel like your future spouse is coming. Not your future spouse, your future lover. So yeah, your future lover could also be the person you end up getting married to, but yeah, your future lover is definitely coming through and letting you know that you are their dream come true, okay? They are dreaming about someone like you, and the fact that you are working on yourself is definitely helping them get closer to their dream, okay? Which means that they're getting closer to you. And I feel like with dreams, I'm also picking up on the fact that maybe you are going to be getting dreams of them. Maybe they're going to come in your dreams and encourage you. Maybe you've been seeing dreams of them. Maybe you've been meeting them in your dreams. Maybe you're gonna have a dream of them before you meet them in person. That is also something that I'm picking up on. This could also just be a message for you to keep a lookout for what your dreams might mean. So like, if you do have the practice of dream journaling, then continue doing that. But if you don't, then maybe it is going to be helpful for you to maintain a dream journal where you just wake up from your sleep and just write in as much detail as possible the dream that you've had. Okay, whatever you remember of the dream, just write it down. Okay, and then maybe like Google the messages of those dreams. Like if you've dreamed of a snake, just like Google what it means to dream of a snake. If you've dreamt of a fish, maybe Google the meaning of what it means to dream of a fish or an angel or a flower or whatever. Okay, a butterfly, whatever it is that you dream of. And yeah, maybe that is going to help you on this journey of letting go your ego, and also forgiving yourself and accepting yourself. But this could also mean that your dreams could be one way in which you could be meeting your next lover. I know that there are some like online classes that you can join that help you become like a dream interpreter. So it could also be possible for you that if you join one of those classes, you could meet your next lover there. Okay, that is also something that I'm picking up on, probably for like a very small group of you, but yeah, that is something that I am picking up on as well. So on that note, I think I'm gonna end your reading right here, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys.